Today we're doing a review, iPad mini, non-retina display with the ZaggKeys cover. Here it is, right out of the box. This is what you get. Charger, USB, micro USB. Plugs in right there on the side of the keyboard. On the other side of the keyboard you have your power functions, on and off, toggle forward and backwards, and the pairing button. Also, I will mention Zag does not include a power adapter into the wall, so you'll need your own. Alright, let's get straight into the keyboard here. I will say, we'll just take a look at it. It's nice and thin. It's got a rubber feet that they also include. You have to install them yourself though, so they'll be in the packet with all that. Look at the clamp here, the hinge. It's nice and sturdy. You can see these are island style keys. One thing I will mention here before we get started is if you look here at the traditional Mac keyboard, it's very similar. The keys are nice and proportioned here, and there's a kind of a trade-off. Some of them are very small, the caps tab here, but if you're a feel or touch-based keyboardist, I guess you'll say, the A, it's kind of a pivot, so it's not that bad. It's a trade-off, if you will. Here you have the function to see your battery, and also the color options, which I'll go through also in a second here. So inside the hinge is the magnetic strip, and it's a rubber insert in there, so it won't mess up the iPad at all. You also have rubber feeding on the inside here, on all four corners, to make sure that the iPad isn't touching the keys and leaving imprints on it, sort of like you have here on the MacBooks. So moving forward, you'll want to pair this thing. First thing you want to do, turn that on towards you, red light on. Let's go right into the Bluetooth. It will not be up there normally, so I've obviously paired this. Hit the pairing button right there on the side, hold it for a second. There it is, it'll pop up. ZaggKeys, bam, that's all you need to do. Touch it, it'll pop up for a serial number. Type that into here, you'll be good to go. Now, once you've paired, you'll be able to get out of that menu and get back into those menus and other applications by using the shortcut keys here. This one is very powerful. Just the home feature, but if you double tap it here, it takes you right back into the settings menu, which we were. And to further demonstrate, double tap gives you the other features, any background application. So we'll go into Notepad here. We'll do a little test. You also have a copy, paste, keyboard, and Siri. So there's Siri. I'll just pull that up real quick. You can hit the home key and that backs right out. Now this is our Notepad. If you want to select something, normally you would hit copy there, but you can do it here. Fifth button in. Give you a little room for space. Hit the button, and it's magic, don't you know? The rest of the features are self-explanatory audio features. Hit play and turn that up. All of a sudden you got music. Double tap out. Let's see what's going on here. What it does is it pairs automatically into your iTunes radio, which is it's a very nice feature, I feel. So check that out. There's your iTunes radio with your respected artists of your choosing. I will plug a friend of mine, Yamadeo. Check that out. Double tap out. Go ahead and get rid of that. Now, everything else about this is if you're in iMessage, say, you want to be sending someone a message, well, it is a little hard to get down there and hit the send button. It's just very cramped, and it might not recognize your finger being there. It's not impossible. You can get in there and do it. You see I'm giving functions now, but what you want to do makes it a whole lot easier, and it just eliminates the problem completely. Hit your keyboard up, then hit send, and you're done. It's nothing. It's so easy, it's not a problem. Moving on, you want to do caps lock, function, caps, and you get this little blue light that comes on. So bam, off, on. Now speaking of lights, if you hit function up arrow, it gives you light settings. This keyboard is backlit. There's a high, medium, and a low. Take it up on high real quick, and then you function right, you have 7 different colors. Very cool if you're working at night. So that's an awesome feature. We're going to back out of this, going to turn off the keyboard and show some of the viewing angles with this. You have to bear with me, it's very difficult. This clamp is actually pretty sturdy, but I managed to pull it off pretty easy that time. Another feature here, make sure your buttons are always facing outwards, is here. You have a media mode if you want to maybe watch a movie or something. Bam, there you go. A little bit of view of the side angle in there. And if you're an ebook reader, just take that in there like that, bend it back, wait for the orientation to fly back around. Alright, and there you are. You can be typing, you can read, whatever fulfills your heart's desires. Take that back out, and you have the very useful tablet feature. Slide that in right on top. Make sure it's lined up. You want to get it in there as snug as possible, because when you're in tablet mode, it doesn't line up in the hinge. They do advertise this option with the case, and it's wonderful. It feels great. It's nice and sturdy, and I love it. It feels great in your hand. But like I said earlier, the hinge here is it's not meant. It's upside down because the iPad is upside down. So it's the curvature between the hinge and the iPad itself are not uniting there correctly. But for all other intents and purposes, it works perfectly, so you don't have to worry about that. What I'll show you next is a case. Everyone wants a little bit of protection for this thing here. They're not cheap, and the Zagg's key cover is $100. So check this out. Put that in there. This is the Xtreme Case. Got it at MicroCenter. If you don't have one, sucks. Sorry. Find a Best Buy. Google. eBay is awesome as well. I cut this now so it would fit for him around, and I messed up a little bit, but for what I needed to do, it works just fine. I did 5 notches in. Actually, I cut it a whole short on that side. You see it fits a little bit cleaner there. 5 notches in on each side, and then I followed the line. Regular pair of scissors. Same thing right there. Again, this is the Xtreme Case. It's like $6 at MicroCenter. Yeah, and now you have a little bit of protection with this thing. And hey, that's what you need. Zagg, they don't have a solution for this, so until they do, people are going to be doing things like this. And this is not a bad solution. It's cheap, $6. It's tactile. It works. I'll show you real quick. You can pull it out. Here we go. Yeah, and still use it in the tablet mode here. It's a little bit cramped, like I mentioned earlier, but there's a case in there. What are you really gonna do? But it works. There's a little bit of that going on. If you wanna work it in there a little bit better, you can. It actually will sit closer. Yeah. Like I said, you got a little bit of this going on, but this clamp here, it's very sturdy. I wouldn't too much worry about that. And I wouldn't go pressing it down hard either, but it does function a little bit in there. It'll sit, there it is. It sits a little bit flusher, and you just push it in. So you can have this if you're on the go and you can't leave your keyboard out and in the open or wherever. You don't want to leave it laying around or something. These things are expensive. So yeah, that's it. It's the Zagg's key cover. I recommend this thing. Tons of features, packed full of all sorts of awesomeness. Yeah, check it out.